to Marilyn, and she's suffering today. So it's time for me to speak for a change. Oh, I didn't mean that.
I I very rarely get bugs. I'm very annoyed.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't know. Some snotty person must have been sat next to me on the tube.
Is that the medical term, snotty person? I didn't think you went on the tube.
I I had to the other day to
Uh,
do a TV show.
yeah,
I really don't like it, but
no,
fortunately it was quite early in the morning, so I didn't have the scrum.
no, it's not at all civilized, that tube, is it?
Never has been. Never has been. It's just dirty. It's horrid. It's not like other people. You go on other subways
That's
abroad and they're
right, they're clean.
spotless. Spotless. It was filthy. Horrible. Ugh.
And train drivers are paid more than surgeons,
Oh,
allegedly.
it's crazy.
Yes, it is the whole lot. Well, I'll tell you what is crazy, and that's recent figures again. 33,000 businesses have failed in hospitality
Oh,
in the last Labour government under 2 years. The present Labour government, indeed. Perhaps
so
that was
sad.
wishful thinking of me then. Anyway, that's businesses. You multiply that by the people working for the businesses,
Mm,
and you're into the hundreds of thousands.
yeah.
And I just, obviously, we are part of that, and I am biased. But for goodness sake, I'll tell you why it's important. Hundreds of thousands of young people are not getting jobs and getting work experience that takes them to the next level.
Hmm.
And whatever you do, whether you're working in a pub or a restaurant or similar, you are cruelly treated by this mad, incompetent government.
Yeah.
£12, nearly £13 an hour for a youngster in the minimum wage. Nobody can sustain that. And then they put the national insurance up, and then they put the
Yeah,
electricity
yeah,
and
yeah.
gas up,
Mm,
and
mm,
they
mm.
do nothing like other countries because other countries have taken half the VAT away because it's a crisis for them as well, of course.
Yes, yes.
And then you've got the war just to rub your nose in it. And they do nothing. They're making billions
Mm,
on
mm.
petrol, diesel alone as part of that famous pie. Most of it goes in tax when you're at the pump,
Yeah.
and they do nothing. Other countries do, even abolishing their whole tax regime to help them out. We do nothing because we're that much in the doo-doo, we do nothing.
Mm, mm,
We are
mm.
managed by incompetents that have
Co-
had zero
Completely.
work experience, and
Exactly.
they're killing the country. And I'll tell you what, there is no, and I detect this from thousands of miles away here in Spain. There is doom and gloom. There is very little happiness in Britain
It's true.
because everybody stays in. They don't go
Uh,
out to talk to
That's
their
what's
mates.
so, yeah, that is what's so important about the hospitality industry. It's almost like a meeting club place, isn't it? You see, it's like where we are in this little village. There's quite a few elderly people that are on their own, and they'll go down the pub for a pint and meet up with a couple of mates, and that is good for your mental health. And it's, as you say, it's a very good intro for kids to get their feet under the table and onto the next level, learning to speak to people, how to be pleasant, how to be courteous, how to all that stuff is dreadful. Mike Graham, who you know from his show, he was saying the other day to me that his son works up north, near Edinburgh, up north somewhere, and he is in the hospitality industry. And so what they've done, they've cut the wages, um, cut but increased his hours. No, hang on, what did they do? They cut the wages and they cut the hours. That's right. So from
Yeah.
8 hours a day to 4 hours a day, it's not sustainable. It's
Completely and utterly.
absolutely not sustainable. It's a worry. It really is a worry.
This may sound extreme, but it's not. I don't believe for a second that we should have a minimum wage.
No, 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 I agree.
It's wrong. If it is there, it should be £6 or something like that an hour. But I don't think there should be. A good employer
Yeah.
will pay for what the employee is worth. Could
Yes.
be £26 an hour. If
Yeah.
they're a good one, they're probably doing 3 times the work.
Yes,
We've
exactly.
always done that with our businesses. We pay very, very well,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you have to work.
Of course you
And
do.
if you notice successful businesses, they're all the same. If you notice the German supermarkets, my goodness me, they work there, the Aldes and the Lidls and Lidls and call it what you like. So they are earning very good money over and above your Tesco's,
Yeah, yeah.
etc.
I know. I think I read somewhere that Aldi, they're very good to their staff and they pay well.
Yep,
Well, then you get good people, don't you?
you
And
do.
it goes back to that same old thing about employee loyalty. Treat them well. It's all about how you treat people.
Talking about treating people, how about York? The city of York has decided to strip, not literally, Sarah Ferguson of her title,
Quite right.
Free Woman of the City. I suppose she's still called Freeman of the City, actually.
Well,
But
quite right.
is that a bit harsh?
Well, no, she's
All
no,
right.
she's a parasite.
Well, it's true that she continued her liaison with the dreaded Epstein way after she admitted it initially.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know, no, and she carried on,
yeah.
and it's brought her demise.
What a shame.
What a shame! Full
I
of
mean, no, I don't.
compassion.
I mean, I see one of their daughters has shoved off to, is it Florida to live or somewhere? Is it
Yeah.
Beatrice or someone there? I don't blame them. I get as far away from my parents, if I had those as parents, as I possibly
Yes.
could.
Yes.
And I mean, she will know things as well. I mean,
Oh,
I don't
obviously.
believe that Fergie is whiter than white. I just don't. And
No.
all that. And then she wrote him a letter, didn't she? Even after he had been convicted, that oh, you know, I see was a brother or something. All that rubbish, sucking up to him because all she wanted was a few thousand off him as well. Oh, I've never liked her. I've never liked her. I just think, and I think the royal family anyway are in a really sorry state at the moment. I think,
Well, titles in general, to be honest, worry me.
oh,
It's if you're a footballer, you're easily knighted. I'm not interested in I don't call. I know people in the sports world. I never refer to them as sir, even though they
no,
were.
nor me. I don't
Uh,
even refer, I don't, Sir Keir Starmer, no, I just call him
oh,
Starmer.
well, that's even worse because he's done nothing. At least some of
Exactly
the
right.
sports people have got charities going, and that's good. But I'm sorry, it's become debased a little bit, the knighthood, and the
Mm.
rest of them maybe.
I mean,
The
I don't,
MBEs and the whatever it
all
is.
of I just don't, I mean, there's so many people that are doing a lot of good stuff that get missed and passed by. You've got to know, again, you've got to know the right people. The people that it's all back slapping and oh I don't know boot licking and half the time when you look at the honours list you think you must be joking. Occasionally there's one you think oh yeah all right, that's good okay,
Hmm.
but generally I just think they're a load of planks.
There's a lot of it about. I'll tell you what, a lot of it's about, and it's not gone away. It keeps coming back, and that's Mr. McSweeney, of course.
Oh yeah,
And yes, it's circumstantial evidence. But honestly, as we've mentioned before, when you get day after day circumstantial evidence, you've got to reach a point where you
yeah,
say that's transferred from circumstantial to actual. And
exactly.
it's, to use the vernacular, it stinks, the
It does
whole thing.
stink. Yeah, and what gets me is people think we're stupid.
Yes,
People honestly generally think we're stupid, and we're not. And you can see through it. I mean, it is absolutely bonkers. It really is. I mean, it's just another cover up, isn't it? And so it goes on. I mean, it's crazy. It's
it isn't.
absolutely crazy. What was he was supposed to have been? What was he walking walking down the road with his phone, and someone nicked it? Isn't that right?
Well, no, he just lost it,
Well,
allegedly.
I sort of read somewhere the other day that he was walking down a pavement or something, and well, the story keeps changing, so you don't know. I mean, what is the truth?
It'll be covered up like so many things are covered up from Whitehall by Whitehall. And in all this melee, if you notice that the lovely steer, Karmer, as we call him, has at question time put his head in his hands,
Oh, that was
which significant. I don't know what it did, whether it was significant of he's just so fed up of being got at. In which case, you shouldn't be prime minister, mate, when you're in the kitchen and he gets hot, etc.
absolutely. I thought you was going to cry. I thought, oh my word. I
Well,
wouldn't. I mean, honestly, leader of the country. I don't think I've ever seen a prime minister do that ever.
no, well, I
Ever.
it's
Well, they
following
might
on.
do it at home when they're having a coffee, but
Oh
but
yeah,
not in public. Never
no.
seen it.
Well, no. I mean, Rachel had this burst of tears, didn't she? You've never seen that.
No, no. I mean, unbelievable.
It's distinctly odd. The whole
It
thing
is.
is
It is odd. It's
bizarre.
very odd. It was very odd. I mean, I would just never go out the house again. I'd have a bag on my head or something. I would not want to. Something I would not want to ever be reminded of. I mean, it's actually embarrassing. I mean, can you imagine Donald Trump doing that?
Only once. He's made some sort of, I don't know, it's not an apology, etc., but he's come out with some bizarre statements again. He actually said he's beaten himself up with the
Yeah.
mistakes he made, particular about Peter Mandelson.
They
That
weren't
again is
mistakes. They
is
weren't
not very
mistakes.
prime ministerial, is it?
Well, also, they weren't mistakes. They were deliberate lies.
Mm,
There's a huge difference between having a memory loss or a slight memory loss and also lying. And then, oh, I'm beating myself. I felt like saying, no, stand aside, let me do it.
yeah, yes. Stand aside. That's a good
I'll give you
idea.
a beating you won't forget.
Listen, I was interested to note the other day because of your love affair with
Sadiq Khan. Oh, what a
no,
score.
be honest with Sad. In fact, I use voice typing quite a lot, and it can't accept the name Sadiq Khan, and it can't accept Steer Karma either. And it comes up with the last one I had was Sadie, as in Sad Khan. Your mate there, and he's living in an alternative universe, basically, because he's saying bizarre things like London has got a reduced bad crime rate, in other words, murder crime
It's
rate.
absolute rubbish.
It's lies
It's
because you
total
don't prove
lies.
anything.
It is absolutely dreadful because the figures and the people getting murdered and stabbed are out there on the news. How can you say it's getting any better?
Yeah.
The place is filthy.
For altering statistics, it's dead easy. You just pick your start time and your end time. And obviously, they picked it for good dates when it was lower. But if you take the overall picture, no, it is not any better.
It
And in
absolutely
fact,
isn't better.
on hooligan crime and other crime,
Look what
I lied
happened the
to
other
that.
day. Look what happened. I know that was all a bit like the riots that they had in London, whipped up on social media and TikTok. But I don't, I thought good for Marks and Spencers. They've come out and
Yes,
any damage done, Khan should pay for it. I mean, and now there's threats that, which doesn't surprise me, during the summer, these sort of TikTok like riot type things that are whipped up on
yes,
social media will be in cities around the country. And a lot of it will be. I mean, they're now saying, aren't they, that fine the parents and all of that. Which, I mean, some of it will be to do with that lack of respect and everything, but some of it is just, oh, this feels like a good idea. My mate's doing it. They won't all be. Um, I think some parents will be quite shocked if they thought their child had done it.
yeah. Well, I'm sticking my head above the parapet, and we're back to the old age study on all this. It comes back to one thing: parenting. We want a sergeant major in their lives. It is feral racism as well.
Yeah, yeah,
That's another problem. But honestly, I would set up the old-fashioned boot camp and
absolutely.
immediately arrest them. And you've got 6 months in there, sunshine.
Absolutely right. That's what I would do. Exactly right. That's what it is. It is feral. There is no moral compass. There's no respect. no self-respect even, and that's exactly what I would do. I'd say for ages, stick him in a boot camp. You need a good, as you said, good sergeant major in there, yelling at them and sorting them out to show them what's what. I mean, it's you got to do something because there's nothing happen. There is no control. I mean, society is just going to the wall. It really is.
Yep, like a policeman, of course, no control, no room in the jails. Well, this would solve the problem. You don't need a jail.
Absolutely. You just set up a boot camp. That's right. Open up one of the old army barracks that has been closed down and stick it
Yes.
in there and see how they like it.
Well, they're probably too full of illegal immigrants, aren't they, by now? Yes, it doesn't get any better. Well, let me tell you something else that doesn't get any better, and that's the after effects of COVID. We're getting now the truth. AstraZeneca was labelled the saviour of the situation developed in
Yes.
Oxford, if you remember.
Yeah.
And it's coming out now that they were the least reliable of all the injections. It caused a lot of blood clotting, and it was the
Yeah.
first one to be removed from the list. The best one that is coming out is Moderna, but
Yes.
still it had problems. And of course it did. And again, we're down to the honesty of this. This was rushed out for
Yes.
good or for bad.
Absolutely.
We will know fairly shortly, I would think, but at the moment the jury is still out. It was rushed out, they took a chance. And now quite a lot of people with long COVID, etc.,
Mm,
are paying for it.
mm. And my sister-in-law, I am certain it was the jab. She had a very sudden stroke, blood clotting, and she had only just had her jab, excuse me, 3 days before. And I'm certain sure that, she had this stroke and she just dropped down dead. And I'm sure that's what it just, you can't even say it's a coincidence, can you?
No, but I mean, this is it again, isn't it? Because it's very difficult to prove, actually.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you're right. It is. It is difficult to prove because she had COPD anyway, and she was 80. So I don't know. You don't know. Was it the jab? Was it because you don't know? But you sort of think, I mean, the anti-vaxxers are absolutely on it, aren't they? I'm trying to think which one we had. I think we had Moderna. I think I had Moderna, but I'm not going to have another one. I'm not. I mean, I'm too
No,
young anyway. I can't have another one. But well, I can't have another one yet because I'm not that age where this winter you qualified, right?
yeah.
But I'm not going to have another one, even if I do qualify for it. I'm not having it.
A lot of medics are saying the same thing. But the other thing we've got to bear in mind is, again, the NHS are closing ranks, not for the first time. They do it on a daily basis, and we've got proof of that, and hiding things. And it so happens we've been given a list of other countries that have held their hands up and said, you're due for compensation. And they're getting compensation to these
Wow.
people. You try even mentioning that in Britain
Oh,
and then thinking in the same breath of the post office workers, of the
well, that's it, isn't
tainted
it?
blood coming from America and sundry other things. You're not going to get compensation.
No, no, no. I mean, they should. I mean, it's like the blood poisoning scandal as well, isn't it? I mean, those people, they're still waiting after all these years. It's dreadful, really, absolutely dreadful. And the post office thing is outrageous. Absolutely. I mean,
Yes.
Paula Vanel, and they should be behind bars. They
Yeah.
should be behind bars. It's just despicable, and especially for her because she was oh so religious. So at one point, she was the Welby, Justin Welby, had her thinking that she was going to be was it Bishop of London? He wanted to become he wanted her to become Bishop of London. Well, she doesn't have a moral compass. She was like covering up for people. You don't. Another one inept, and it's always worse when it's someone that absolutely is standing for some faith and belief and you know they're not following through, so also a hypocrite.
Which takes us on to Mr. Harkins, gentleman that was paid more than £300,000 a year salary. He was in charge, past tense, of NS and I Bank. where still 37,500 dead savers, or in this case, their families, are having to wait for their money. Nothing's done, and lots of others' monies have not been paid as well. You've got the situation once more of gross inefficiency, no comebacks. He will be retiring on a fabulous pension, probably £250,000 a year. It's not bad, is it? And
Honestly.
it'll just be again kicked into the proverbial
Yeah,
long
yeah, yeah,
grass.
yeah, yeah. They all know the right people, don't they? You see, the club. It's the club. And suddenly it goes off the front page of the news and on to the next one.
Yeah, next, please. And there will be more next.
Yes.
I'll tell you something else that's coming out of the back to the NHS. The number of foreign doctors that are involved. There's been another one, a lady, Rama Alad. It's been suspended by the BMA about time. Well, General Medical Council, actually. And British Palestinian lady. And she's been up to all sorts pro-Hamas,
Yes.
pro-Islam, that's led her medical treatment into doubt. But there are so many, and they seem to be in this type of job. Now, are we that desperate? Perhaps we are. Again, we want everything on the cheap. So we go abroad for our people instead of setting up something decent in Britain to
But
train doctors.
they have to they are so rigidly attached to the DEI, diversity, ethnicity, inclusion, right? That they will take them come what may because it ticks that box. It's just ridiculous. And then you've got these, I mean, I think the doctors out on strike again is just going to be awful. I mean, they take an oath, do they not, about preserving life? What's happened to that? And I think I saw Kemi Badenoch on GB News yesterday, and she was saying, and I think she's right. The police aren't allowed to go on strike. She would say that the doctors aren't allowed to go on
No,
strike.
there
And
should
I think that's right. If you are in the NHS, you have to put the country has to make sure that the patients come first. So I mean, how many times have they come out now? How much of a pay rise? It's just dreadful. It shouldn't be allowed. And I don't understand the raison d'etre behind Starmer withdrawing 1,000 places for training places for doctors. I don't see what has that got to do with the strike?
Well, I've got the figures, and the figures show that these poor doctors are at minimum wage with all the extras that they get
Yeah,
is knocking on £50,000 a year, and they're still being trained, don't forget,
yeah,
up to £75,000 a year.
yeah.
And again, it's a strong rail union situation, BMA in this case, that's forcing this through. And I'm sorry if you have taken the hypocritic oath
Yes.
that is now being called, then you shouldn't be doing this. It's shameful. And to dig it even deeper, the doctors in Spain this year have been on strike twice.
Have they?
They have indeed, but the doctors here are paid less than half what they are in the United Kingdom.
Okay, okay.
So, they come up with, oh, we can go to Australia and New Zealand. They're outliers, literally, because they will get slightly more in Australia and New
Yeah.
Zealand as a doctor, but it's not a lot. It's not, you know, enough to take you halfway around the world.
Better lifestyle than here.
Well, that is true. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going down to Bondi Beach when I got my shift break, you know.
Yeah. Listen, a case that we've covered, and it needs mentioning again. Again, it's Spain. Noelia Castilla Ramos, age 25, ganged rape, threw herself off the roof of her apartment. Didn't die. She wanted to desperately. It upset her not surprisingly, that much. And she's a paraplegic for the rest of her life. Awful situation.
It's desperate. I know. I read it. It was just absolutely desperately sad.
It is, and she has a father that wants her to live, which
Phew.
is normal. And he is pursuing things through the court and struggling because Spain has got this death law and had it for 4 or 5 years now. You can get put down by a serious left-wing government like we have in Spain. It's even worse than the United Kingdom in many ways. And it's being really enforced now. And father is fighting for her. Maybe she's taking advantage. Maybe she's had bad advice from the medics. One doesn't know. But if you have these death laws, and the figures are astonishing. I've seen the figures from Belgium. It's about 40,000 in the last, since their law came in six
Wow.
years ago, that have been put down like a mad dog.
It was good. So basically, you're saying euthanasia.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I right. So you've got that in Spain now, which I find quite astonishing because you're a Catholic country.
Well, yeah, but the left wing are in charge.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, yeah,
It's quite divided now. Of
yeah.
course, a lot of the young
I don't
people.
know though, quite honestly. If my child was, I can't remember how old she is now, that girl. Um, I can't remember how old she is, but I don't think I would want my child to be a paraplegic.
A lot of people are and value their life, and they're an encouragement to many other people. A lot of people
That
are
is
in
true. Yeah, that is true.
suffering in wheelchairs and worse.
Mm.
And the Paralympics and the other
Yeah, oh,
things.
yeah, that's true. That is true. That
Swimming
is true.
highlights the courage of these people. It
Yes.
must be like,
No,
well,
that
it
that
is.
is, yeah. No, you're
It's
right there.
like being in prison.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I mean, I've been in this state for,
Yes, yes.
18 months coming out
Yeah,
of it
yeah, yeah,
now.
it's
But for
true.
those that are permanently damaged, wow, it's very, very difficult.
I think it's difficult, and you can't if you feel And she wanted to die, and she's still probably done. She's got those horrific memories still, and she probably is in a worse place now than when she tried to take her own life. Because now she, as you say, she's imprisoned. It's desperately sad. It's desperately sad. I feel for her. It's just awful. And how was her case handled at the time? That's the point as well.
Well, exactly.
Or wasn't it managed well?
The law situation in Spain is very, very complex, and slow justice is no justice is the theme of the month in Spain
Yeah,
that goes on and on. The
yeah.
average court case, even for something almost trivial now, is 6 years. That is not justice. And what it does is encourage people to break the law
Mm, mm,
because there's no retribution through the courts in
absolutely.
gaining advantage, vendetta,
Mm,
and taking
right.
it out. And a lot of it goes on in Spain.
Yeah.
They
You
give
see, you
up
don't
on
think,
the
yeah,
law.
yeah. But you don't think. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you had that law. I mean, is it? Excuse me. Is it in Italy as well? Do Italy have euthanasia?
I don't know. I would think not because of the strong Catholic ties there,
Mm.
but
Well,
I
I
don't.
would have said that about Spain, you see, that it was very strongly Catholic, but it's
Well,
incredible.
no, things have changed since Franco
Yes.
drastically. The
Mm,
church and the state are very separate.
mm,
The left-wing government have taken advantage of that. The
yeah.
young people are certainly not Catholic anymore. But there are good spots in Spain, in the Catholic Church and in the Protestant Church. When we first came to Spain, whoa, 40 odd years ago, it was very difficult being a Protestant.
Yeah.
You were treated very, very badly.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
case beaten up. some cases put in prison. Yes,
Good grief.
and that's in 40 odd years. So it's come a long way, Spain, since then. We move on. We mentioned Gavin Ashenden. We'll give
Oh,
Gavin a bit of an
give him a
airing.
plug. He's brilliant. He is brilliant.
Well, I'm going to read you something he wrote this last week. I
On it.
actually want, he said, a king of our Christian country to be a Christian. If I wanted to live under an Islamic king, I would move to that country I was born in, this country, a Christian country. So I want a king that supports our religion.
Yeah.
Well, that's simple enough, isn't it?
Yeah. But
And of course, the king is in big trouble because he didn't give an Easter message. But let me say right at the start here, it's not a custom every year. It's not, it depends on the political climate, I suppose, and whether we've got a war going. But a Easter message was not always given. I think it should always be given.
I agree. I
Uh,
agree. More than the Christmas message. I totally agree because the whole thing of the Christian faith is based on the crucifixion and the resurrection, isn't it? So
yeah.
absolutely, I think if you're going to make a greeting at all, it should be Easter
Well, I
because it's
don't know who the king's advisors are, but they've not done very well.
no. Do you know what? I honestly think I was looking. It was all over social media yesterday. And there was some letter that's gone out. Well, if you're going to write a letter, you just as well make a speech, hadn't you? I mean, but everybody really, I think it's all turned back on him because over here, most people do believe that he's a closet Muslim. And I think he probably is. I really do. So I heard a thing that he was talking about back in 1989. He was saying that the Muslim faith, it means there's more about the Muslim faith than there is about Christianity at the moment. That was back in 1989. He made that speech. But apparently he's got a Muslim garden near where it is. Where is it? Down in what is it? Where is it? Not Highbury, is it? Where is it? Yeah, yeah, Highgrove. Down in Highgrove, he's got a Muslim garden there. But and there he was the other day, Ramadan, with his queen, sorting out dates to have, fiddling around with that. And I mean, you can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. And then also, I mean, just this last week, it really annoys me. Thousands and thousands of Nigerian Christians have been slaughtered. So why, I still don't understand why he gave that state banquet and that state visit to the top brass in Nigeria. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
and specifically mentioned Islam again throughout the
Exactly,
speech.
exactly. And but knowing that carnage is going on over there, and he, I don't think he is a Christian. I mean, he can't be because he gave that oath under the canopy and all of that is all that faffing around at the coronation, and he's not true to that. The man is another liar. And we know he doesn't keep uh, oaths because he swore his lineage to Diana when he took his wedding vows whilst he was shagging Camilla. So we know he's not honourable.
It seems to be very prevalent in the royal family. A lot of power, of course, a lot of temptation.
Yeah, yeah. But there's another thing that, about morality, isn't there?
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm sorry. I
Sorry,
honestly
guys.
do think I feel, and I saw quite a lot yesterday. I was looking at stuff. It was pouring in all the time. No one, and then Gavin Ashenden said a thing. Bishop Dewar said something as well, and other bishops were coming out. Whether I, I think the problem is that he did wish to have a speech where it was Eid and Ramadan. He said something to the Muslim people then, and therefore I think there's this angst, and rightly so, that therefore he should have said something about the Christian message. He should have done. But to me, I used to like the royal family. I'm right off it now. I really am. I think the monarchy died when the Queen passed.
Well, hope you're wrong, but you could be right.
I mean, I mean, Princess Anne is brilliant, but I mean, she's old now. Um, who's going to help? You've only really got uh, Kate and William left, to be honest.
And jury's out on William, I'll tell you. And that's not a popular thing to say. But we're into truth, not popularity
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this channel. And
yeah.
I'm sorry, he seems to be a bit of a tree hugger, like
Uh,
his father.
like his father, exactly. And yeah, I agree with you. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't see how it can survive really because there's a lot of angst about not my king. A lot of people, people are really upset that he's not making this Easter message, but he did talk about Eid and Ramadan when it was the Muslims, and I think that is the problem that he did that and he isn't doing the other, and he shouldn't. Why did he do that? Why I don't get it. I mean, and Starmer had a celebration Eid and everybody in number 10 Downing Street. There were a whole load of them in there.
Yeah, what I really object to with all the shenanigans that's going on at the moment is the fact that Starmer, other party leaders, Bannon, another one, have taken the opportunity of giving a party political broadcast. I mean, Starmer's Easter blessing was nothing more than a PR exercise.
What I just honestly, I wanted to throw up. I wanted to throw. I had absolutely. How can anyone think that is sincere? It's
I mean,
nonsense.
well, no, okay, how
It,
can it
it,
be the man's a declared atheist,
I was
number
going to
one?
say exactly, and
And the
he's
last paragraph of that letter he wrote um, clearly stated, "Oh, I'm in favour of multiculturalism. That'll solve all our problems."
no, it won't. It's been a complete disaster,
Exactly
complete
that.
disaster, and I don't know how he can come out with this tosh. I really don't.
Chemis have been a little bit better, but even so, it was opportunistic. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, stop mixing politics and religion in this case.
exactly right.
Anyway,
Exactly. Mm.
right, 300 councils in the United Kingdom have been offered money to take immigrants. Yes,
Crikey.
smoke and mirrors, behind doors, closed doors, they have been offered to take money to take in. Bribe is the word that springs to mind. And 150 of them have said yes,
I
all
want.
behind closed doors.
I was going to say, I wonder if the residents of those said, the constituents know. It's going to be very interesting with the May elections, isn't it? I mean,
Oh,
it,
absolutely so.
I
But
mean, is Farage doing as well as he thinks? I'm not so sure.
well, I don't know. Obviously, you can't get higher than he did as a protest party when he was at
Mm.
the top in the polls. But before we go on to Farage fully, because more to come here, GB News, I know, under the Freedom of Information Act, have tried to get
Yes.
proof of this 300 and who are actually were the councils that wanted and even are getting the money. And they made a pathetic excuse, the powers that be. Oh, no, it's not available because could have repercussions. Yeah, dead right, it could, but not the ones you were thinking about.
Yeah.
It is awful. Going back to your mention of Nigel, he's gone a little bit quiet. Now,
Yes.
whether it's the still before the storm, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Don't forget they are only a local
Yeah.
election, and there will be mega protest vote within the number of people
Oh,
voting.
yeah.
But let's as we keep saying, let's get the jury back in, and that
Because
will happen very shortly after the end of May.
I mean, if it's a wipeout, can he still survive? I mean, say it's all reform and what's the other one? Rupert Lowe and all of that. I mean, if say Labour got no votes, if say it was, would would Labour survive? Can they stay in power, or is it because they're local people, they're local elections that
Oh
they
no,
still could?
I mean, they might get rid of Sir Keir, but I think that's all that would happen. Everybody else wants to cling on to power as long as they jolly well can. Behind the scenes again this week, somebody's been whispering sweet nothings into Ed Miliband's ear about time, yeah, and about the myths of net zero, and he's been told to lay off it. Yes, well, he's gone a little bit quiet, like Nigel, for different reasons. And in PMQs, of course, last week, as we have mentioned, there was this shameful episode of the hands over the forehead. Um, they're feeling the pressure,
Yeah,
all of them,
yeah,
at the
yeah,
top table, at the cabinet table.
yeah.
And some say that the breakage is about to happen. Will there be a mega reshuffle before May and
Oh
the
yeah,
local elections in a last desperate attempt to make it not as bad as it would be? That's going to be interesting. But
yeah.
who is left in all this, as we keep saying, shenanigans? They've not got the quality.
No, they haven't.
And
They
I was
haven't.
very interested last night in dear old, I watched it actually, Lee Anderson's Friday night program.
All right.
And he gets special guests on. It's a bit of a giggle, but a giggle with purpose.
Yes.
And both he and one of the guests were using excessive language, non-parliamentary language, saying what they thought of the people in Parliament, of the Labour and Lib Dem side. They laid into these quality MPs because of their lack of quality. Lee Anderson, obviously, he's been a coal miner at the coal face. So he's had work experience in the
Yeah.
extreme. And he's had some business experience, and he was going on about the numpties that are in Parliament. What does he mean by this? Well, let's take some facts. Of the new incumbents in Parliament, of the Labour Party alone, out of those that were grasped to fill the war chest of the aforementioned Steer Karmer, 220 out of 257 of the new recruits came from charities, and a few of them came from consultancy work. In other words, they didn't have a blooming job.
No,
And
no.
there they are on deciding your future and
Yeah,
even my future.
yeah. They should have come out of business. They need to, they don't, I mean, they couldn't run, as I said, they couldn't run a
No,
kids party.
in other words, it's all up here with Labour philosophy
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's Looney Tunes.
And even if you don't like Tories, at least when they go in front of a camera, they are eloquent and they seem to know something. Do you know what I mean? They're not that they have run businesses, some of them, and they they come across as far more knowledgeable than anyone from Labour.
Yes, there's no gravitas
No,
at
not at
all
all.
with
Not at
so
all.
many. And we've got what we've got. Um, Before we go, time's run out. We've got to mention some stats, I'm afraid, but it really is challenging. It is emerging now. Benefit Britain is actually benefiting some of our own, dare I say, Brits who are gaming the system like nothing on earth. 1 in 8, 12.5%, are claiming benefits without anything being wrong with them. They're rocking up to the social and saying, I've got ADHD. I'm on the spectrum. Oh, what do we do with you? And they're claiming, and this is young people mainly, they're claiming benefits £80 a week. And then mum rocks up and says, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm her carer." And she gets £75 a week, £155 a week for nothing, for letting people stay at home.
Crazy, isn't it?
And you think, one in
Crazy.
eight?
But they go on about that, the expenditure with all of this. But you just cannot, you've got to take into account as well the amount of money they're spending on the damn migrants.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we've got no money. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there was a guy on I saw on YouTube today, and he had gone over to Dover to where these boats, big boats, are coming in, right? And they then are the boats are seized by the Home Office and they're kept in some compound. And he was told that they're only kept for 44 days and then they're sold back to people, like with the engines and stuff like that. And then, but this guy said that can't be true because when I was looking at the compound, see, 45 boats have come over I think it was the last month or something. And he said, and yet there were 80 boats in the compound. So they're not getting rid of them every 44 days,
No,
you know. So he said that the Home Office will take another blatant lie.
absolutely that. To cheer you up, I've got, first of all, some advice. And it's a message from Spain to all the locos throughout Europe, but especially in Britain. If you want drugs to completely overwhelm the country, if you want to return to the shackles of the EU, if you want no fuel and sky-high heating bills, if you want Islam to dominate your country with all the freedom that implies under Sharia law, if you want bigger breasts, vote Green.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
if you want to know where Britain is, you've
Yeah,
got a party there that's, and we'll see in the local elections, because a lot of Labour will not vote for reform or
yeah,
Tories.
it's
They are going to
frightening.
vote for exactly that. They're going to vote for the potty Zach.
Exactly right. And what gets me, I mean, it was outrageous what you said. How he wasn't arrested for hate speech is beyond me.
Yes.
When he said about how abominable he's Jewish. He's talking about himself. Like, yeah, did he miss the fact that he is actually Jewish while he was slagging off the Jews? Unbelievable. The man is an utter creep. He needs to be sectioned. I mean,
Well,
it's just awful,
that's his
awful
get
person.
out of jail card, isn't it?
Oh, it's dreadful. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to question. It's better not to vote than, vote for some idiot like that. I mean, you've got to think about, I mean, you have to think about the mindset of anyone that's going to vote
Well, yes.
for
I mean,
him.
who the heck would vote for something like
Oh,
that?
it's just
I
ridiculous.
mean, yeah, I could go on and give you
Oh,
more.
I know. It is just awful. My stepdaughter votes Green. You can't have a conversation with her. You'd think she was quite a sensible person. She's now coming up to, oh, how old is she? 55. And she's got a good job, really big job, designing jewellery that is sold in Tesco's and all of that. She does it in charge of all of that. And yet she goes on these Palestine marches and she votes Green. And she can't. I tried having a conversation with her. So you think it's okay for people to have drugs and all of this? I mean, she was actually married to a drug addict. It's what caused the divorce. I mean, you can't get behind the eyes.
No, she's probably got the money to fund her lifestyle
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
because it's
Yeah.
not the poor and maim and that vote. Yeah, okay. We move on. Finally, we've got to mention the EU. We've got to mention marmalade. Oh, for
Oh
goodness
gosh,
sake! Oh,
yes.
should I say citrus marmalade?
Well,
Now, are we in the EU? Yes. Or out of it makes you think, doesn't it? What
yeah.
the cheeky beggars. They're back
But
to the bent bananas again. I'm not going to be told not to say marmalade. I'll tell you where this has come from, actually, is that both in Spain and in Italy was very similar. When you go to the store and ask for marmalada, it covers the whole jam genre.
All
So
right.
everything is marmalade in that sense.
Right. Okay.
And it's because of well, possible confusion that Big Brother EU has come along and said it's the same as when Spain quote Carver instead of champagne. The French are up in arm. You've got to do this, that. It's more laws that are not
Oh,
needed.
it's just, I mean, citrus marmalade. I mean, yeah, you can get the three fruit marmalades. You can get grapefruit with, you can get grapefruit marmalade. You can get grapefruit, lemon and lime, can't you? All of that, any fruit, citrus fruit. But why have you got to call it citrus marmalade? It's ridiculous.
Some of the manufacturers, strangely, are saying, "Oh, may this will be an opportunity to get back the market for the millennials and Gen Zers because they don't like marmalade. There's only 1% of them, young people, that actually buy marmalade, and when they see it as an opportunity, whether it's just sales speak, I don't know, to actually market this citrus stuff.
But it's still
But
marmalade.
it's, of course it is.
You
Anyway,
don't need to worry because I bring supplies for you.
you do. She brings a marmalade over to me. She shouldn't do. If they spotted it on the aeroplane, they'd take it off her. In fact, you did lose some last time, didn't you?
I did because it was because the stupid check-in gate was shut when I got there, and then because I had something that needed to go in the hold, which had stuff marmalade in it, and yeah, they opened it and took it away. Oh no, it's going to be thrown away. But you can put it in the hold, can't you? You can put stuff like that in the hold.
Oh, it's very complicated. I don't understand these things. All I know is your marmalade is delicious. Madam, you can bring one over next time.
Now I'll bring
No,
more than one.
good girl. Listen, how'd you get the thing to set?
With pectin in it. I
Oh,
can't remember. I haven't got the recipe now. I haven't. I've got to make a whole new batch.
well, yes, you do, but I mean, you buy the pectin separately and
Yeah,
put it in, do you?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's magic.
Yes. Well, I've tried super glue. That doesn't work. We've run out of time. We're going, and she's going to have a big cough now
I am, and a coffee.
and a coffee. We'll see you
Happy
next week.
Easter to everybody. Happy Easter to everybody. And take
Indeed.
care.
We wish you a blessed and happy Easter. Well done.
And a peaceful one. Bye bye for now.